Well, hello, Internet. I haven't seen you in a while. You been good? How's your mom? Okay, awesome. So, this all started on the Tumblr machine when I got a request from one of my followers on Tumblr. She said, make a list of no more than 10 things that really annoy you. And I don't really know where this came from. It just sort of came out of the blue, and I was like, okay. But I didn't feel like making a list. I decided to make a video instead of all the things that just annoy me, like beyond like, and they're mostly little things that annoy me. Um, and the only reason actually that I'm even doing this is A, for the entertainment factor, B, for the fact that maybe somebody, one of you guys, will watch this and maybe not feel so alone and be like, hey, that annoys me too, so maybe I'm not a total freakazoid. Score! So, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna tell you guys some of the things that annoy me. And FYI, I had to write them down in my little Cruella de Vil book. Ah! Stuff's falling out of it. Look at that. So I had to write it down in my little Cruella de Vil book because there's a few and I couldn't remember them all, so I had to write them down. Okay. But I'm going to try and keep them out of frame so you guys can't see them. Number 1. When people leave the caps off of pens. I'm sure you guys have had this happen. I'm sure I'm not the only person in the universe that hates it when people leave the caps off of pens. Like, here's a pen. Perfectly harmless, practically brand new, because I don't use it very often because it's so special. But people will do this. People, more specifically like my father, will do this. He does this all the time. I come downstairs and there's a pen, on the counter. And it is sitting on the counter just like this. And the cap is maybe like 2 inches away from the actual pen. And it's just chilling there on the counter. I'm like, really, dude? You couldn't take the 2 extra minutes to just put the cap right back on the pen? Seriously? You couldn't, it just... Not only that, but when you leave the pen caps off the pens, guess what happens to them? It dries the pen out. So you can't use the pen anymore. So let's say I go downstairs and I need to make a grocery list for when I go to the store. Stupid pen's all dried up. Now, I know some of you realists are probably thinking, okay, Jackie, that is not the only pen in the house that you can use. Granted, that is true. Excuse me, I just had a hiccup. Granted, that's true. But you get my meaning. It's a little thing, just a little thing, that annoys the piss out of me when it happens. I can't stand it. So I have to constantly follow around my dad with this and make sure that he puts the pen caps back on the pens so that Jackie lives in happy world. Or this is my personal favorite, when they leave it like this. The cap is right there. It's easily accessible on the back of the pen. It's right there. So you don't have to, reach across the counter to get it. It's right there. You just go like this. See? It's the easiest thing in the world. If you want to make me happy, this is the easiest thing in the world. Just boink. And then, shing! Right there. Right back on the pen. You see how easy that is? Ugh! Just put the cap back on the pen when you're done. And that doesn't just go for pens. It goes for markers. It goes for crayons, if crayons have caps. It goes for anything. Or jars of ketchup. Or mayonnaise. Or something. Don't leave the caps off of things. It drives me insane. Can't stand it. Alright. Number 2. When people don't use turn signals. When you don't use a turn signal in your car... if you're, let's say I'm in this lane, right? Here's me. Here's my little car. Right here. And here's the other car, right here. Right next to me. And you're trying to get, ahead of me, like this. Use a fucking turn signal. So I know that you are coming in front of me and to use my brakes to slow down so I don't rear-end your ass. Okay? Use a turn signal. It's not that difficult. Just use a turn signal. And be courteous enough that when I use a turn signal, I mean, I know I am. When I use my turn signal, I am so courteous. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to use my, get into the other lane, use my turn signal. Just use a turn signal when you go into the other lane. It drives me absolutely insane when people don't do that. So just use turn signal and make me happy, okay? Number 3, leaving one piece of bread in like the bread bag, or if you still use a bread box. I've never even actually seen a bread box, but I know some people use them. So if you like, just leaving one slice of bread left. Granted, I could have a half sandwich, and that would be okay. But that's not going to fill me up. If I want a sandwich, I want a sandwich. I don't want half a sandwich. I want a whole sandwich. So that way I have the option of eating just half. If you leave me one piece of bread, you leave me with only one option of eating only half a sandwich. And I don't want to eat just half a sandwich. I like choices, because I'm a girl, and that's what we do. We like variety in our lives. We like choices. So if you do just eat the last piece of bread. Just like, put some jam on it or something. Throw it in the toaster really quick. Put some jam on it and eat it and be happy. That's how it goes. Just do that. And use up the bread, okay? Can you do that for me? Please? Please, pretty please? Okay. Number 4. Sorry, I'm really loud today. I don't know why. I just get really... This is how I get about things. People who complain that I put the toilet paper on wrong. If I live in my house, and if you come over, especially this is what bothers me the most, is when people come over to my house and they use my bathroom and they complain to me that I put the toilet paper on wrong in my bathroom. It's one thing if I go over to your house and, like, I see that the toilet paper needs to be replaced and I look underneath the sink and I replace it for you because we're cool like that. That's one thing. If I put it on wrong at your house, then you have the right to say to me, Jackie, you put the toilet paper on wrong, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. But it's a whole other thing entirely. If you come to my house and you use my bathroom and you tell me that I put the toilet paper on wrong in my house, how fucked up is that? I don't go over to your house and tell you that, like, your feng shui is off or that your kitchen smells like feet. I don't do that when I come to your house, so don't come over to my house and criticize me for how I put the toilet paper on the roll. It's my house. I'll put the toilet paper on however I fucking want. It doesn't matter. This whole, the flap goes over here, not under here, what is the fucking point? Just be happy that there's toilet paper in there as opposed to I don't know, nothing. Ugh. Don't do that. Don't complain about how I put on the toilet paper. Don't do that, okay? Number 5. This is probably something that I see more in public, and this has to do with other people. When you don't hold the door open for ladies, it drives me insane. Don't do that. Okay, if there is a lady coming in behind you, maybe it's because I live in this world where chivalry is perpetually undead and people are just nice to each other all the time. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just me. But men, hold the door open for ladies. Not only is it respectable, and not only does it say, hey, I'm a good guy and you're a lady and I respect you and I'm a gentleman, but it also might actually get you a date. Did you ever think that? Did you ever think that maybe that is the spark that tells a woman, hey, this guy's a gentleman? And then it makes her look at you different. And then it makes her look at you, very different, actually, come to think of it. When a guy holds a door open for me, even if it's a complete stranger, I will actually look at him a little bit differently and be like, hey, that's a nice guy. He held the door open for me. Which, doesn't necessarily lead to romantic feelings of love, but it does say to me, this guy is a gentleman. I like him. So just think about that the next time that you're about to walk into the Starbucks and there's a woman behind you and you're considering whether or not you should hold the door open for her. Oh, and as a mandatory rule, gentlemen and other people, not just gentlemen, but ladies as well, if you see somebody coming behind you that has 5,562 packages in her hand, Or she's got like 3 screaming kids behind her, and all she wants to do is get herself a freaking latte because she's about had it up to here with all the bullshit she's had to deal with today. Hold the door open for her. You have no idea what the little things like that will do for other people. Especially people like her who have probably had like the shittiest day of shittiest days. And all she wants to do is get herself a latte and calm the fuck down and go home. The little things like that do wonders. You have no idea what good you're going to do with that little move right there. Okay? So just hold the door open for people. Oh, and number 6. This is probably one of my biggest peeves that I will ever have. This is a big one. If I text you, right? If I'm on, like, let's say you're supposed to come over to my house for hot dogs and hamburgers, and we're supposed to chill out and drink beer and watch a movie or watch football or NASCAR or something, and you come over to my house, and you're supposed to be coming over to my house at a certain time, and like, let's say you show up late. Naturally, or you just are late. Sorry, you don't even show up, but you are late. And I text you, and I'm like, hey, where are you? We're going to be chilling and having dinner here in about 15 minutes. Where are you? If I text you, it's about something important like that, and you don't text me back, oh, heaven have mercy on your soul. Because let me just tell you, hell hath no fury like the Jackie when you don't text her back right away. Oh, it drives me insane. It is common courtesy. If I text you and I'm like, hey dude, we're just chilling over here, I need to know what time you're gonna be here so I know what time to start dinner, and you don't text me back, oh, you can consider yourself blocked. You will not be getting fed. I'm just gonna put that out there. You won't get fed. It's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna put that out there for anybody who comes over to my house in the future. If you come over to my house in the future and you don't text me first, oh my goodness. Ooh, not a happy Jackie. Or if I call you and I'm like, hey, where are you? I need to know where you are, and you don't text me or call me back, it drives me insane. Just tell me. Just text me back. It's that simple. It's not hard. Just do it. Just text me back. Or if you wait like 2 days to text me back, if it takes you like 2 or 3, even like a week to text me back, I don't care. Just let me know that you got the message, so I don't sit here wondering like, oh my gosh, why didn't they text me back? Did they get the message? What's going on? Maybe they got in a car crash, blah, 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 blah. Because all of these things are going inside my head. Maybe it's just because I'm a girl. I don't know. But all these things roam around inside my head and make me wonder why you didn't text me back. Or if you can't text me back because you're driving, then wait until you park your car and the engine's not on and text me back about that. And tell me, hey dude, I'm sorry, I was driving and I don't want to text you while I'm driving. I will totally understand that, because I am an advocate of not texting or calling or anything being on your phone, period, while you're driving. It's completely unsafe, and I don't approve of it. And if I see you doing it, I will probably smack you, because it's very unsafe. I don't answer the phone, and I don't text while I'm driving. So if you try to call me and I don't answer the phone, I'm either sleeping, getting a shower, eating, I can't hear the phone, or I'm driving. Those are the 5 reasons right there. Now, very last thing that I want to talk about is people wearing pajama bottoms in public. Oh my God. People wearing pajama bottoms in public is the tackiest thing I've ever seen in my life. If you wear pajama bottoms in public, it means you are lazy. I'm sorry, that just to me says lazy. And I'm pretty sure that about 50% of the population, maybe even more, will think that. That's like the first word that will come to their head if they see you in public wearing PJs. If you're wearing sweatpants, I'm okay with sweatpants. But if you're wearing PJs in public and your hair is all in like one of those goofy, like Snooki-esque buns, and you look like you just had sex, you need to go home and put on some clothes. Okay? It just says tacky to me. PJ bottoms in public says tacky. If I was able to take 10 minutes to put on a pair of pants and then go off and do my shit, it doesn't take that long to do it. It doesn't take that long to put on a pair of pants. It doesn't. I've actually timed it. I had to do it one time for a class. I had to time myself and see how long it took me to get dressed. Literally, it takes me, if I'm doing nothing else but putting on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, and of course a bra because I have large boobs and they need to be supported, it takes me literally about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So subtract maybe like 2 or 3 minutes from that, and it takes you like 2 or 3 minutes to get dressed and put on a pair of pants. Put on some pants so you don't look like a schlep who just got out of bed. Okay, so that's all for today. Maybe I might make part 2 someday, because there's, I'm sure, a million other things that I haven't thought of that annoy the fuck out of me. So, anyway, that's now. And now this is a 15-minute video. So, anyway, thanks for listening to me. If you have anything that annoys you or things that irritate you during the day, please feel free to comment on it in the comments below. And, by the way, I love you guys, and remember, please be kind to each other. Bye!